Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and the continuation of our modern day Cinderella story. Ella. Do remember, if you hear snoring in the background, it's my American bulldog Dougal. If he's asleep, I won't move him or wake him up just because he's snoring. So I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. Anyway, let's continue. It's a short walk over to Cinder, but it's sure a wacky one. Humans stride around us. Magicorum do too. Each time folks simply sidestep me and Alec without so much as a glance in our direction. It's an intricate dance on magic. Combine that with how Alec and I are black and white while the world around us stays in colour, and I almost forget the reason I'm meeting up with Alec today. Almost. Minutes later, Alec and I stand before Cinder Mercantile. The store's brick exterior is covered in graffiti. The door hangs cockeyed on its hinges. One solid push and you could get inside. Who leaves open doors in the city? When I next speak, my voice comes out as a choked whisper. This isn't how I left this place. Letting go of Alec's arm, I hug my elbows. Can you cast a detection spell? There could be squatters in here, or worse. Absolutely. Alec reaches into his bomber jacket once more. This time he pulls out a handful of rubies. The gems flare inside his palm. Red smoke surrounds his fist. The mist whips away from Alec to slide past the slightly open door. Alec closes his eyes. I've heard how gemcasters do their magic. Alec has listened to the stones talk to him. After a few moments, he turns to me. There are serious wards on this place. No humans are inside. I do detect one fairy, though. That's probably Blackavar. She's my fairy godmother. You have a fairy godmother? I didn't say she was a great one, I smile. But it's not one of my happy variety. She's the one who warned me to come over today. I shake my head. It's just... It looks like this place has been closed for a long time. Why would Blackavar warn me now? Alec moves to stand before me. Normally this guy is all glib charm. Now his face looks deadly serious. We don't have to go inside if you do not want to. Thanks. I grip my elbows more tightly. But I must check it out. Alec's gaze turned even more intense. If that were possible, I'll be right behind you. It takes a force of will for me to turn and face the door once more. Raising my arm, I press my palm against the broken entrance. The wooden panel swings open with a long creak. I step inside. The store used to be all bright light and packed shelves. Now the windows are covered in graffiti. Shadows fill the room. The shelves are all empty and covered in dust. The checkout counter lopes to one side, and it will tumble over any second. Water has clearly been seeping onto the floor. The scent of mould is everywhere. My head turns foggy with shock. But Doc 8 told me things were fine. Alec's hand glows red as he fires up another spell. This place has been deserted for 3 years. That's when I ran away. My body turns numb as I step toward the back door. This is the entrance to the warehouse. Once again, the panel swings open with the slightest touch. Inside, the place is just as empty as the store. One shelf holds a pair of glass slipper figurines and a single cracked wooden pumpkin. Those were some of the very items I delivered to the L Centre all those years ago, on the day I met Alec. I scoop up the items and put them in my purse. They're all I have left of Cinder. Within my soul, the walls of my internal fortress thicken under the sight. How could anyone allow this to happen? Didn't the animates care? Wasn't the place safe? I reach out and take Alec's hand. Some part of me is shocked he doesn't pull away. After all, that's what happened to my parents. They vanished. So did their legacy. But Alec stays beside me. His thumb moves over the back of my hand in a slow and soothing arcs. A knot of sorrow tightens in my throat. My family lived upstairs, I say. Do you want to see it? Asks Alec. Yes. Then I'll go with you. He gives my hand a squeeze. I keep moving forward, but it's as if I'm sleepwalking. The only thing tethering me to reality is the touch of Alec's skin. We make the long march up the stairs. I check the kitchen and the bedrooms first. All stand stripped to the walls. The pictures, furniture, memories, everything is gone. I'd like a moment alone, please. Sure, says Alec. I'll check out the office. I step around the bedroom in slow circles, trying to force myself to remember what things look like. So many memories are already fading, it's almost too much. Don't dwell on it. Move on. Straighten my shoulders. I leave my parents' bedroom and head over to their office. Alec already stands inside. How does it look? I ask. Completely stripped. I cross the threshold. What about the safe? Safe? Alec turns around and stares at the new-looking safe in the corner. That wasn't here when I entered before. I step in for a closer look, and there's no dust on it either. Must be an enchantment, I frown. But who would enchant a safe? Whoever it is, they only wanted you to find it. I couldn't see the thing until you entered the room. Memories appear. On the day I left here, someone protected my money from my stepmother. I never found out who did it, and now someone glamoured my parents' safe. It must be the same person. I nod. But who? I shake my head. There's something that we should worry about later. I'd like to check out the safe now. Of course. Did your spell show it was booby-trapped or anything? No, but you will need to find the combination. That's okay. I remember it. Kneeling before the safe, I twist the spin lock and enter in the old combination from my parents. My hands tremble, so it takes me a few tries to get it right. Finally, there's a soft click of the lock releasing. I pull open the safe door. A pile of documents sits inside. I pull out the sheets, set them atop the safe, and scan the top one. What is it? Says Alec. It's a record of the store's history. After I left, Marchesa sold off everything. She turned out all the handmaids too. Maybe she needed the money. No. My parents had a gift called the Coffer of Wonders. It was created to protect this store. Once a day the coffer could be opened, then it would give whatever the store needed. Alec rakes his hand through his hair. Sounds like that coffer's like the most valuable thing in the store. Perhaps that's what your stepmother sold. It would get the most money. My blood chills. It never occurred to me that someone would sell the Coffer of Wonders. It was a gift from the animates, meant to keep my family's legacy alive. Sadly, I can see Marchesa doing just that. I flip from more pages. Here's a contract, I state. It stated the same week Marchesa closed down the store. I scan further. You guessed right. It's all about selling the Coffer of Wonders. I turn the page. They're putting it in magical escrow. I've never heard of that. We do that sometimes with very expensive jewels, explains Alec. It protects the buyer and the seller. The object goes to a third party until the deal closes. It should all be listed later in the document. Right. I read a little further. Here it is. The Coffer of Wonders will be held by the Queen of Hearts until... I pause, not believing what I'm seeing. Alec steps to my side. May I? Sure. Alec reads further. It says the Coffer of Wonders will be released to the buyer on the day of my glass slipper ball. That chill in my veins turns downright arctic. Your parents are buying the Coffer of Wonders. Why? Alec's eyes. Le Charme Jewellers hasn't been in good shape for years. Tons of money are being poured into the L Centre, and that's not even the most pricey of my father's plans. He meets my gaze. It would make sense that they want the Coffer of Wonders. The magic serves the business, yes. I nod. It was made to keep Cinder Mercantile going. I'm so sorry. I press my palms to my eyes and think. There's something I'm still missing. The question hits me. What does Marchesa get out of this? My parents can't be paying her with human money, says Alec. They don't have any. I flip more pages and pause. It can't be true, and yet it's written right there. Your parents will receive the Coffer of Wonders for Le Charme Jewellers. In exchange, you'll be bonded to Ivy Cinder at your glass slipper ball. The Queen of Hearts will make sure it happens. I looked at Alec. Now it's my turn to be sorry. Alec scoops up the documents. This is unbelievable. Don't worry, I offer. They can't make you do anything. The Queen of Hearts certainly can. Alec shakes his head. That damned curse. You mean the one against wardens and marriage? That's over now. Our trip to Egypt fixed everything. Oh, I'm a lucky fellow, says Alec. I've two curses in my life. The warden one is over, sure, but there's a second bit of evil. My father believes that there's another curse that's specific to the Lasham family. It forces our men into loveless marriages. Looks like legend is making sure it happens to me. Looking up, I see a small bird-like figure that flits above the safe. Blackavere? Your fairy godmother is here? Asks Alec. Sadly, I glare in her direction. She doesn't detect us, does she? No. Do you want her to? I nod. Alec pulls out some more stones and casts a spell. Within seconds, he and I are visible once more. In response, Blackavere throws up her arms in great show of spotting me for the first time. She doesn't talk, asks Alex. Nope. After that, Blackavere zooms over and kisses the top of my head. She's making a big act of being happy to see me. I'm here, but I'm still not sure what Blackavere is really up to. I step away from the kiss fest on my hair. There's no emergency. This place has been deserted for ages. Why am I really here? Blackavere twiddles her fingers. A moment later, a small note card appears on her palm. She hands the message to me and winks. After that, my so-called fairy godmother vanishes in a puff of pink smoke. Typical, I grumble. I hold up the envelope. A name is written outside. Ella. I know the handwriting. This is from Marchesa. I tear the message open and read the contents inside. Hello, by now you've figured out that running away is pointless. I've known where you are for years, and I've been looking forward to this day. If you hadn't run across Alec on your own, I'd have made it happen, just quite so I can see the pain in your eyes when you lose him, just as I lost Declan, your dear stepmother. What does it say? Asked Alec. My stepmother, Marchesa, has been planning this all along. Our meeting, you marrying Ivy. It's a revenge on me. Revenge why? Marchesa wanted to marry my father, Declan. I tossed the note atop the safe. She's always hated me, and now I understand why your parents need her coffer of wonders. There's more to it than that. My mother recently told me. She swore me to secrecy, but in light of this. Alec gestures towards the pile of papers. I'm not keeping secrets for her any longer. He turns to me once more. My father wanted to marry your mother. On reflex, my hand goes to my throat. Legend proposed to Ray? My Ray? Are you sure? Diamond showed me pictures. How long have you known? About the proposal? Only a few days. But there were warning signs before. Diamond never liked it when I talked to you. Even all those years ago at the L Centre, a memory appears. A woman's voice calling the guy I thought was Fred. I remember that. I thought you were in trouble. From your boss at the loading dock. That was Diamond. My parents don't have a happy marriage. Diamond blames your mother. And as I said, the Lasham company isn't in good shape either. I'm sure Diamond jumped at the chance to hurt you and save Lasham at the same time. I stare at the pile of papers, my mind lost in thought. This is hopeless. Diamond and Legend Lasham teaming up with Marchesa. My own fairy godmother helping her along. And there very well could be powerful magic driving this whole thing. Maybe Alec and I should just accept all this and move on. Then again, screw that idea. My blood heats with a mixture of rage and determination. I turn to Alec. You know what I think about all this? He tilts his head. Tell me. That, I point to the pile of papers, is a pile of crap. No one pushes us around, and if my life gets ruined, it won't be ruined by Marchesa and her spawn. It won't be them who take me down. I'll make my own terrible mistakes. Thank you very much. A smile quirks around Alec's mouth. What are you thinking? I met the Queen of Hearts years ago. She had a dream where she visited you. I think the old vampire fairy doesn't like the whole curse situation for some reason. I toss the papers back inside the safe and slam the door. Let's go see the Queen of Hearts. You're a warden, so am I. There must be something we can do to make her kill this curse. I, for one, will not stand around and just take this. What do you say? I say you're amazing, Alicinda. Alec reaches out and runs his finger along my jawline, and I love this idea. I open up my mouth, ready to say, I love you, Alec Lasham, but thankfully I'm able to close my yap before I do something crazy. I've already lost so much between my parents and now Cinder Mercantile. Alec is a friend who holds my hand and tells me I'm amazing. I simply won't risk losing Alec's friendship, but I will go with him to see the Queen of Hearts. Alec closed his eyes. It's my detection spell. The stones are speaking to me once more. What is it, I ask. A troll has broken in through the back of the warehouse. I stumbled backward. Trolls are the assassins of the Shadowcore world, and they don't hand out pretty deaths either. Uh-oh. And that is the end of that part of the story. I am guessing when we come back, there is something that's not going to be... Either they've got to get out of there fast, right? Or, I mean, have they sent an assassin to kill them, knowing that they could? Of course they would. That would be the whole idea, right? There'd be an assassin to kill Ella. Absolutely. But, I don't know. Oh my gosh, it's getting crazy, isn't it? All this because Alec's father fell in love with Ella's mum. But she said no. So Diamond got her man anyway because she said no. So why is Diamond so mad? Because she was second choice. What can she really do about that, guys? It happened back then. She still married the man, didn't she? You know, Ray said no. It's not Ray's fault that Alec's dad was in love with her. And, you know, all this stuff with Marchesa blaming Ella. It's not Ella's fault that her dad didn't love Marchesa. And what an horrible thing to do. She's gone back to the place that she adored so much with all the magical people that she lived with. And Marchesa's just sold every single one of them off. Every single one of them. And Jacoby hasn't said a word to her, by the way. Let's just remember that. Jacoby hasn't told Ella what's happened. Ella has had to go and find out herself, only now to realise that she's probably been drawn there, trapped there, and there's a troll assassin after her. Ugh, geesh, what a family. And now I see why Ella does not want to be around her family. Now I get it, guys. I'm sure you do too. Anyway, thank you for listening to this episode. Please come back for the next. We can find out where the rest of the story goes. It's getting very interesting, guys. Many blessings.